Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to be doing a 6,000 hour or 1,500 hour transmission hydraulic oil change on the John Deere 6610. Let's see what's involved and how hard it is to do. But now we're going to change the hydraulic oil filter and the transmission filter. So these are what I've got, Donaldson filters. There we go, there's their part numbers for you if anyone's interested. Yep, so we got these. We'll put the amount of hours on that have been changed, which will be 6,080 because this is a low hour machine. Yeah, I've heard horror stories about this one. Apparently this transmission filter can be a nightmare to get off. So we'll see how we get on. Hopefully it goes easy. So let's get some rubber gloves on, because for those people who hate them, you can wipe the oil off really well and get a good grip again if you need to. Whereas when you don't wear them and it's on your hands, it's like a bit harder to keep your grip. So we'll spin them off, spin some new ones on, fire them up, do a check of the oil level, and then give her a blast up the road again and see if it makes any difference. New hydraulic filters on, put the hours on there, 6080, 6,080 hours. The new transmission filter is there. Let's see hours written on it. The engine was serviced 80 hours ago, so that's okay. Some friends turned up at the best possible time, because what they had to do was we had to use the filter strap and the filter wrench to get the hydraulic oil filter undone, and we used the filter strap and the big breaker bar, that's over 2 foot long, that is, to get the transmission filter off. So it's taken 2 people and they were proper heaving at it. So I would never have got that done by myself anytime soon. So very grateful for them, and we can now see if the transmission filter being changed has made any difference as well. So we'll give it another test run and see what happens. So this is the old transmission oil filter, genuine part, and as we can see there, 5,507 hours it was changed at. 20th of the 10th 22. It's now 3 years later, and in that 3 years it's done 573 hours, and hopefully the hydraulic will be the same, and it is. Another genuine filter. Donaldson think that they make the filters for John Deere anyway, and John Deere request them in black so they can have their details printed on them. I have no reason to doubt that. So Donaldson filters are a lot cheaper than genuine John Deere, and if they make them for John Deere, hopefully the same quality goes into making them for themselves to sell. If you know any different, let me know in the comments. I think we are due an oil change, because over here is the oil that came out of the gearbox when I did the springs. And if you look in there, can you see all the black? Is that brake dust? Or it certainly looks like a friction material of some description, doesn't it? So that says to me that's floating around in the hole of the gearbox. So I think I is as well to bite the bullet and buy some oil and do an oil change before I put too much through them filters. I'm not quite sure how much oil I'm going to need for that, but I'm going to raid the piggy bank. First thing we need to do is loosen the filler, let some air into the system. Now, I was going to pump the oil out through the service control valve from a pipe into the drums to get rid of the first 50 litres, but Robert thinks because of the amount of contamination and we've just put new filters on, I'm best just dropping it out underneath. So I'll get set up with the kit we need for that and then see how much mess we can make. But yeah, if I'd have known how much contamination there was before I changed the filter, then I could have pumped it out and then changed the filter. But hey ho, and I'll show you that contamination now. So this is the oil that came out of where I put the new springs in. I noticed a bits of paint and stuff, which is not a problem, but all the rest of this is like friction material, and that's off of the clutch packs and the brake discs and God knows what else is in there. You can see how dark the oil is and how, where it's been sat like that overnight, see how it's left a tide line with all the like frictiony, dusty, not great stuff really. So on this occasion, and you can put it in your diaries people, I agree with the Roberty, I'm going to drop the oil out from underneath and make a big mess. No, we're going to try not to make a big mess. That's what we're going to do. Try not to make a big mess. But that is pretty black. Pretty black, pretty disgusting, and it's going. Right then, let's have a look. Right, that's a drain bung, 4-wheel drive unit. That'll drain all of this down, that's good. Can't see any bungs up in here anywhere, so I'm not too concerned about that. One big problem is there's a drain bung in there, right above that cylinder and pickup hitch. So the plan is we're going to push the hitch out, then undo this nut and bolt, which moves in there, which is good. Drive that pin out. That will then allow this to pivot on the hooks at the back. This can come down and then we can drop it down on the jack, slide it back a little bit, hopefully get to that in there, because I can guarantee all of the back there will be full of sediment because that's never been undone, because people usually pump the oil out and then just drop that one. So we're going to see if we can do it properly. Adds a lot of time to the job though, adds a lot of time, but we may as well get it done, mightn't we? There we go, hitch is out. Switch her off quick. Belly, down you get. Right, now we should be in a position where we can get the jack under it and drop the front down a little bit. Hopefully there won't be too much, might be pressure on that. We'll drop the link arms down a little bit first, just to take the pressure off, and hopefully that pin will come out. So in theory, ignition on. Shouldn't need the engine running for this. Should just be able to press a button. And as soon as they come loose, there we go. We should now be able to drop all that out. That's good. Right, let's get some spanners, get that pin out, take it from there. No, I can't get my gun on. Can I? Oh, maybe I can. Yes. Is it working? Yay, there we go. Right, where's that gone? Keep them together. Right. First part's easy. Next question is, does the pin move? And it does. Right, let's get this tapped out. Tappity tap tap. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put that into float to take the pressure off the pin. Because that would be a clever thing to do. Yay! There we go. Oh, aircon's dripping on me, people. Right, that's that now. Right, so in theory, take that out of there. And we should be able to slide all that back that way to get to this drain bung. It's all in theory though, isn't it? Otherwise, if I can drop it down, I'll be able to just like get a bit of cardboard to direct the oil, I reckon. I'm going to wait for help with this because this would be potentially a pain. Getting the pin back in might be a pain. Oh dear. Right, I'll leave it like that because that makes it safe. Now I need my drums. Right, that is not moving. That's a fair bar, that is. I reckon that's 4 foot of leverage on there. Bloody hell. I think we need to get a jack under that so that can't come out. But that's right now. It's mega loose in here. Buddies. She's off, boys. She's off. This is turning into a job by itself now. So we had to push the pivoting part of the pickup hitch, the slide out bit, the push out hitch. We had to push that back to get to the drain plug up in here, just there. Had to loosen the push out cylinder pipes to let it go back as well. Got the drain plug out the 4-wheel drive unit, and we've come to the point where we think all the oil's out. Apparently they don't hold enough oil to tip modern trailers, which is a bit of a shame. And according to Google they hold 96 litres, and according to the manual they hold 56. So you can add an extra 10 litres with an oil tank, and apparently you can go an extra 10 litres above the maximum mark if need be. So you can put an extra 20 litres of oil in over standard. But hey ho, we're going to pull the bung back in. We're going to pull the hitch forwards and then retighten them 2 pipes and get the bung back in here. There's the filter, a screen up in here that we've got to take out and clean, and then we need to drain the oil tank on the back. Drain bung's in, drain bung up there's in, tighten these 2 pipe unions up, got the pin in and a new bolt in there. Next job is we're going to take the plug off of here, and behind there is meant to be a filter. So we're going to take that out. It's we believe it's a wire mesh type filter, so you can give it a clean, and it says in the book that you can wash it in fuel, so we'll see if we can get that out. Right, let's see what's in here then. Apparently it's just a wire gauze. So at least this bung comes undone easy. Oh, feels like there's a spring as well, it's a bit of resistance. Oh. So we've got a bung, that's good. My rod is here. And then, oh yeah, there's a spring. And there we go. Looks beautiful, doesn't it? Not quite sure how it all seals, if I'm honest. Absolutely no idea. It's a little bit gritty in there, people. Ooh. It's a bit shiny. Right, we're going to give us a clean and see what it's like. So, yeah. Mesh works out. So, this is the filter. The spring goes all the way to the far end. And you can just see some of the iron filings that are on it. Not ideal, but it's doing its job, so we'll give that a clean and slap her back in. Got a number on the end as well if anyone wants interested. They're mega money to buy these as well. They're not cheap. They're like 85 quid. Because you've got to buy the spring as well as part of it. Got a filter cleaned out now. There's still a few little iron filings that are stuck in it, but on the whole it's a damn sight cleaner than it was. Tried brushing it with some fuel and have given it a blow out of the airline, and my stance is that if the airline won't blow the bits out, I'm going to leave them alone because they're not doing any harm and they're not going to fall out. So we can see that you can actually see all the way through it, so it's not blocked. And it's ready to go back in. So we'll pop it back in, we'll put the plastic cover back on, then we'll get the link arms dropped down under the drain, under that tank, drain the oil out of there. Then we should be ready to refill it with some fresh oil, hopefully. So one thing you need to check is, when you drop the hitch, that pipe doesn't hit there like that. The one on the right's fine, but the one on the left is hitting, so I'm going to loosen that a bit, just to take any pressure off of that. And that'll be us under here done. Always worth double checking these things. And then obviously once we've lifted it back up as well, we'll do the check again. Not clearance there now. Got clearance on the top one. There's a drain bung under there. The idea is that I can hold that like that and not lose all the oil, but I'm hoping that the oil has already gone back into the tractor. That works a treat. Now, if anybody knows how these oil tanks work, can you let me know in the comments, because it says in the book you got to drain it, and as you can see there's a fair bit coming out, but the pipes are in the bottom. I'll show you the pipes in a minute. That's all drained out now. Just nip it up again. That little milk carton works a treat, doesn't it? So all the oil's in there now. That's drained out, backhand's drained out. Just fill it back up through the filler there, and we're going for 66 litres, I believe. New hydraulic oil. So we've got Agrimax JDF. Don't know how you guys and girls strap it in, but I've literally got a loop there, and then the two tails coming out, and pulled the loop through, and then what I've done is got the two tails gone under the loop and then pulled down to the eye at the front, so it's pulling it into the headboard. We've also got two wooden chocks, but first we need to get that drum of new oil out of the trailer. And for this highly prestigious job, we're going to use the Ford 655. Hopefully we can park that by the trailer, drop the tailgate on the trailer, and roll the oil drum straight into the bucket. so new oil's there. We'll go and get the pump for that. Get a jug, and are we on lucky 13 gallons, I reckon. I was hoping the old 2-spanner trick will work on this. I'm guessing that is a special tool, but these are mine. There we go. Right, let's fire this bad boy up and see if we can get the oil pressure light to go out. Well, that's good. We've kept transmission oil pressure. That surprised me. Happy days then. Waiting for. You can hear that's doing something. So we'll give it a couple of minutes to run, let the oil circulate the system, we'll let it stand, we'll check the oil. Should have to add 10 litres because that's what the extra oil reservoir takes. And then if we're going to be tipping any big trailers, we have the option to add an extra 10 to be over full, according to the book. So, yeah, we haven't lost any oil pressure, so that's good. I'm happy with that. Beautiful job. But there's just one more job left to do. One more job for this 1500 hour service. Do a check of the oil level now. And let's see what we get. Right, let's have a look. Would we say that was correct? So oil down here, it's on the minimum, so we'll put another 5 litres in that and take it from there. I think another 5 litres, it says in the book 5 litres takes it from minimum to maximum mark. So we'll do that. Right, this is what I've got out of the manual at the moment. So as we can see, item number A is the steel pipe which feeds a trailer brake valve. Item number B is the elbow, and in the breakdown here there is an item number C which is inset screen. So we need to see if we've got that and we can give it a clean. So yeah, this is all available, like I say, off the John Deere website. It's a free download. Is to undo that union there, and apparently there's a little steel filter in there we need to clean, and that filter is for the trailer brake valves. Now all this information is available in the owner's manual, and the owner's manual is free to download off the John Deere website. So if anyone needs any of the information that I've got in today's video, it's come from the John Deere owner's manual, which is available as a free download from the John Deere website. So we're going to undo that, we're going to pull that out, clean the mesh filter that's in there, and then this service is complete for the transmission. Hopefully we can get this pipe off in here without taking all this off. That's the plan. Whether I can get on it square enough, I'm not too sure at a minute. Right, that's loose. I reckon if we crack it off here too, then we got half a chance. And behind this pipe, there's meant to be a gauze in here. Now it says in the book that you move that, but I reckon if I put the socket on there and loosen that, I'll get enough on it. Which means I should better leave that tight and keep the pipe in the correct position. Oh no, right, that's a flat face fitting, isn't it? That's even better, people, that's even better. Let's loosen that to there. And try not to drop anything in the process. Now the big question is, where's this gauze thing they're on about? Because I can't see one in there. And somebody lost it in a previous attempt to do something. Right, you got on there like that. There we go. Is it going? Right, just nip this up. We'll crack that one a bit more, and hopefully we can do. Not the don't. Where's my rag? Iron filings everywhere. That's not good. Oh, there's a better one. That'll do. That'll not stab me. Right. Let's do that back up. Right, let's loosen this a bit more. There we go. Give me a bit more room to work. Right, now let's crack this one back off. I think what I'll do is get like a screwdriver to put up in there and see if there's actually a gauze in that before I get too carried away. Right, let's get a little screwdriver, because somebody might have taken the gauze out already. Let's see if the screwdriver will go up and in there. Screwdriver goes up and in there. So there's nothing in there. Let's turn that out of the way. Does it go that way? There we go, screwdriver goes all the way in there too. So there's meant to be a filter in there, people. And it's not there. So we can't clean that, but I think we do need to consider investing in one, because the idea of the filter in here is that what it does, it stops. Now you swear blind that's meant to have a filter there, so that's just a weird lip on that. But there's nothing. Yeah, so what that does is when you're using trailer brakes and say it's a machine that's not yours, I'm guessing it stops well, your machine contaminating their brake system, but also their brake system contaminating your machine, because the little gauze filter is meant to catch it all, and just now needs all just nipping back up carefully. There we go. So yeah, we can't really do a lot with that at the minute, can we? But if I'm looking in the wrong place, people, please let me know in the comments where it should be, because when I go back in, I'll show you in the book how it is appearing in the book, and my interpretation of it is it's there. Because they say to loosen this elbow to spin it round, but I don't need to. Right, snip this back up. Don't need a wiggle and jiggle, that's all good. Snip. Right, that's that one tight. That's that one tight. I'll put my bag back on this because we haven't got the front linkage on yet, but we've got all the pipework and stuff ready. Yeah, when the front linkage is back on, then we'll be able to get the rubber pipes made to fit to the steel pipes, and then from steel pipes through to the linkage itself. So I'd like to say once again thank everyone for watching, and I hope this has been of some help to some people, because in the manual that I bought for this tractor it has nothing about service and repair, and it's only because it's in the owner's manual that says like where the drain bungs are and that. And I've used the John Deere online parts to see how the screens fitted into the back end of the tractor, that we've been able to successfully get on and do this with a bit of heads up knowledge before we've just gone in blind. So like and subscribe, and we'll see you again soon. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again very soon.